dudes? What's up, everybody? Welcome to a new video. And today we're gonna do something a little. I say that every time. We're gonna do something a little bit different. I realized this, and I'm sorry. Take two. Hello. Welcome to a very exciting video. Today, we're going to be talking about my video game collection. Now, first things first, if you notice, I have a new camera. So if things sound a little bit better and they look a little bit better, it's because I have a camcorder now. I have a, what do I have? I have a Sony AX33 with a Rode mic on it. And today, I already said today, so right now, let's talk about my video game collection. Now, this is my video game wall. Let me show you a better look. I'll show you an up and down view here. All the PlayStation 2 games right here. We got Super Nintendo right there. We got NES all down there, because that's great. We got the Xbox games down there. Let's see if we can zoom in on this bitch. We have the Tony Hawk games all right there, which is great. We have some N64 games, some Nintendo games, aka GameCube and Wii and Wii U, and miscellaneous games down there, and some Atari and Sega Genesis, and some boxed Game Boy games with some PS1 and some Nintendo DS, and my only PlayStation 4 game, which I actually got as a gift. Oh, over here we have like the Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance games that I don't have boxes for. But anyway, let's zoom all the way out here. Let's go back up here. This collection started off really small. I started with like 3 old games because my goal was to collect old retro games. And they were Batman for the NES, WrestleMania for the NES, and Super Mario Duck Hunt. And I got those games at my local gaming store. And the reason why I started to collect video games was because I saw the Angry Video Game Nerd, and I thought that that was the single greatest thing I have ever seen in my entire life. So basically what I have is all these NES games on the first and second shelf are all games that the nerd, aka James Rolfe, has reviewed in his series on YouTube. Cinemassacre on YouTube, if you don't know who I'm talking about. Fucking classic. And that's what sparked the whole thing. And then basically what happened is I started off with like 3 or 4 NES games, and then I started collecting them. I'd started going to my gaming store, which is conveniently down the road, and I would just buy it in bulk, dude. I would, like $100 at a time, I would just buy like a fucking stack of games. And then I was working with my friend Taco. If you recall, Taco was the star of my mob movie, Fino Alla Morte. So if you haven't watched that, go fucking watch that. And I had bought probably 50 games off of him. Some good fucking like rare games. Not rare, but like valuable games. Let me pick out a few of them. Ninja Gaiden 3 is one of them. Oh my god, I almost fell over. Will it focus on that? That's Ninja Gaiden 3. It's like a fucking $70 game. That's pretty cool. Battletoads, right there, which is one of the hardest NES games ever. The classic Mike Tyson Punch-Out, which I think is backwards, but I don't know how to fucking switch it, so whatever. Donkey Kong Classic, nothing valuable, just, I don't know, sought after, maybe? I don't know. I think Ninja Gaiden 3 is my most valuable game, because this is worth like $70 the last time I checked. And another notable thing I have is the special edition Ocarina of Time and Master Quest version for GameCube that you only got if you pre-ordered, I think, Wind Waker, I'm pretty sure. But the reason why I say that's valuable is because every time I've seen it at a game store, it's been like $80. I'm like, dude, why the fuck is it that much? I have it. So the next like big console that I started to collect was PlayStation 2, which is all of these games. Let me get out of the way here. So from here to here, if you can see that, yep. From here to here is all my childhood PS2 games. And I remember I was in line for graduating college, right? I was in line to go to my graduation ceremony, and I was on eBay, and I won 100 PlayStation 2 games for, I think it was $40 or something like that. I made 2 videos about it in my on my YouTube channel, so you're already here watching the video, so go fucking watch those 2 videos. I had basically got all of these games, these ones, on in that like bit, I guess. And the crazy part is let's pull out a classic. We got Strawberry Shortcake, the Sweet Dreams game, and all of them are all sealed. So most of my PlayStation 2 games are all sealed, which is pretty cool. And probably my two, like, games that I'm, like, most proud to have, even though they're literally worth nothing. One is The Sopranos Road to Respect, which I did a Let's Play on. Where the fuck is it? And the other one, if you could guess, is The Godfather, the game. And like I said, they are literally worth nothing, but I'm, like, the most proud to have them because I'm Italian. You know, it's what I do. Gee, I'm wearing a fucking Italian shirt, for God's sakes. I'm wearing a shirt right now that says, leave the gun, take the cannoli. How much of a fucking dick can I be? The next group of, like, console games that I ended up buying was my Super Nintendo. Now, I don't have a lot of Super Nintendo games, but the reason why I have all of these is because of my good friend Adam. You guys know Adam, aka Big Norv, Schmoopy96 on Twitch. If you guys are into that thing, you should watch a stream, by the way. I had bought all these games off of him for like $30 maybe. I don't know. It was a pretty good deal. So I got some pretty good games. Probably the most valuable game, I think. I'm pretty sure the most valuable game, the Super Nintendo game I have is Kirby's Dream Course. I can't remember. So if I'm wrong, just correct me in the comments. But one of the games I had was worth like $50, and I'm pretty sure it was this one. I can't remember though. The game console that I like rarely buy, well, there's a couple. Well, there's two major ones, N64 and Atari 2600. The only N64 games I have are my childhood games, which are right here, and all the ones on that shelf right there. Those are all my childhood games. I was never like interested in buying any more games because the only N64 games I liked were the ones that I played in my childhood. The ones that I'm most proud of to have are my NES games and my PlayStation 2 games. I think I have more NES games than I do PlayStation 2 games. I have, I think, over 100 for both of them. I definitely have more of like a variety on PlayStation 2 because I have anything between fucking like Bratz the movie to NBA 2004. And then NES, I have Barbie for the NES, which is a great fucking game. I've been meaning to do a fucking full playthrough of Barbie for the NES. I did, however, do a full playthrough of The Little Mermaid for the NES. I beat that game. It's a pretty good game, actually. And then my favorite game that I have of all time, besides, okay, I'll give you the two most proud overall games that I'm happy to have in my collection. One is the gold cartridge for Ocarina of Time, which you only got if you pre-ordered the game, and I got this on eBay for like $20. And the other one is Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde for the NES. Now, this is very famous in the Angry Video Game Nerd universe because this is like his most hated game, and this is gonna sound weird, but like, I see it in my hand and I'm like, dude, that's weird because I always see it on the screen and then I never owned it and then I got it and I'm like, wow, this looks like a shitty game. And look at his fucking face, dude. He's a fucking creepy looking motherfucker. So the other thing I want to showcase is we're gonna go down here. This is a little zoomed in and I'm on my knees right now, so it's kind of weird, so just bear with me. I just don't want to take the camera off the tripod. I own pretty much almost every single Tony Hawk game on every single console with an exception of like miscellaneous shit like Game Boy Advance and Sega Dreamcast, I think. And I love the Tony Hawk games, and I decided that had to be like its own special shelf on my collection. And I got a couple, I get them all over the place. And whenever I go to like a gaming store, I'll buy them. When I was in PAX with all the boys, I bought a few. I think I got a not for resale copy of Tony Hawk Ride, which is pretty cool. If you can see that, not for resale. I don't know if that's valuable or not. I saw it at PAX and I was like, I'm fucking getting this. And Tony Hawk's Ride is a fucking shit game anyhow. My favorite Tony Hawk game is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4, and I have 4 copies of it. I have 3 copies of Pro Skater 2. I got 4 copies of Tony Hawk's Underground, because my 2 favorite are Underground and Pro Skater 4. And I've done Let's Plays of American Wasteland and Tony Hawk's Underground. And I plan, a little spoiler alert, I plan to do a Let's Play of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4 eventually. Not today or soon. I have a couple Atari 2600 games because I do have an Atari over there. I really never play any of these games. But the most proud of the Atari is E.T., as some of you may be aware. E.T. is like the reason why the video game crash in 1984 happened. Or 82, I can't remember what year it is. But it's like one of the most famous bad games ever. And I have it in my collection, even though it's worth like a fucking penny. I only have a few boxed copies of games because I don't really give a shit about boxes and stuff. I just want the game. I do have Backyard Skateboarding for the Game Boy Advance. And Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 box copy for the Game Boy Color. Which is pretty cool. I saw them at my local game store. And it's not, g'day, what the fuck are you knocking over? It's not really a big deal. I saw it. It was $5 and I was like, all right, I'll take it. The other box copy of a game that I have is actually a new old game. It's a new copy of Haunted Halloween 86, which is a new game that just came out for the Nintendo Entertainment System. Now, the Nintendo Entertainment System came out in like 1985, but they're still making games for it. The guy who bought this game for me, you can see it right there, his name is Tyler Lasagna on YouTube. He's a good friend of mine. I've known him for quite a while on the internet, and then I met him at PAX, and we actually hung out all weekend, and he bought me this game. I was fucking shooketh that he bought me this game. So check out Tyler Lasagna on YouTube. He does Tony Hawk Let's Plays and stuff. He's a great fucking guy. And eventually I'm going to do a full playthrough of that game and dedicate it to my man Tyler. Because he's a real dude. I think that pretty much covers it. I have a fucking shit ton of games, but I'm not going to sit here and fucking talk about all of them, because that would take forever. So, yeah, if you have any questions, I guess, about my games, just ask me in the comments or whatever. Join my fucking Discord. It's probably in the fucking description box. I can't remember. So, this is just my sad excuse for a video this week. So, thanks for watching, everybody. I greatly appreciate it. Keep your eye out for the next video. See you later. I gotta go yell at my cat because my cat's been fucking making noise this whole video. See you later.
Oh, so handsome, oh, so strong. Tell the stories of this ain't short all night long. I see the all over when I see your little town. And I can tell by your clear blue eyes you're the sailor man. Oh, sailor